Okay, so I just had a couple little things. I have obviously been sort of off the radar with our team page. I've been off the radar in my challenge group. My challenge group's kind of dead, to be honest, and that's kind of my fault. So one thing I was thinking about today is I was thinking a lot of times I know me and my team, some of my teams running their own groups, and something that I've noticed that I think is sort of necessary, and I know like Jessica Servi does this with her group. We have been doing something where we actually leave the group up and running, but we change the cover photo and we just kind of freshen it up in a way, instead of starting a whole new group. So we're still starting it like really on the date of the third week, or the Monday of, we're doing the third week of the month, typically second or third, but usually the third. And we're promoting it just like a brand new group, only we're just kind of spicing it up instead of recreating a whole new group. This last time when I went to start it, I was still having issues. I'm still having issues. And so I dropped the ball in my group. I said that before, I think last week and the week before, that my group is kind of dead because of that. But one thing I think I definitely need to do, because I've left my group up and running, and I just wanted to tell this to some of my team who are running their group. I think that, which Jessica's group's going awesome, and I don't remember if she started a new group or if she just left it ongoing or whatever. And it's obviously dependent on the people in your group. That's the important thing. But I know that I need a fresh group. So I'm restarting, like I'm going to make a whole new group and get everybody excited, because I feel like if you do it the right way, I think that's okay. But I don't know what I did this time because I didn't really do much. So anyways, if you're struggling with your challenge group, that was just something I was thinking about today. I'm like, I've got to start a new group, because I think that it's definitely just, you can't set it on autopilot. That was what someone said on the National Wake Up Call the other day, and I've totally set it on autopilot. And sometimes you're just going to have that. If I'm the one running the group, and I'm like having some life issues, then that's obviously not my priority, but I just don't want to just continue that sort of slump. So I'm going to try to get excited and get everybody else excited to start a new group and start fresh. I just think we all need that in our groups. I don't really have too much to say. Jessica Servi said she would talk a little bit. I'm trying to think of anything that one thing I will say really quick, just because I was talking to a girl earlier today who I've kind of been talking to a little bit about our businesses, and I hadn't talked to her in a while, so I reached out to her today. And she said that she had started the month out. I'll just say I'm at Success Club 8.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
We went school shopping.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, can I get done with this, and then I'm going to talk to you and visit with you, okay?
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Okay, take Jers with you, okay? Call Jersey. Hey, how are you? Okay. My son's been at the zoo all day, and so he's wanting to tell me about his day. But anyways, one thing she said was that, okay, I'm sorry. I'm at Success Club 8, and I don't know. I'm thankful I'm at Success Club 8 because I kind of worked my butt off at the beginning of the month. And now I'm just like, it's the last couple days. I'm not even going to stress about it. I'm going to try to get some invites out. If I don't hit 10, whatever. I'm just going to do the best I can with where I'm at right now. But anyways, what she was saying, she had some trouble at the beginning of the month because she had started Team Cup, she said, and this is Michelle. This is Jolene's coach, Jamie. Yeah. So she had started Team Cup, and she was excited. Okay, so she sent, and I'm just telling this because I have a point to, this is all going to come together. But she sent a message or an email to all of her team on her Team Cup. So there's 5 people on her Team Cup, and she's like, yay, I'm so excited. Like, let's do this. Like, let's send 100 invites. Okay, because I had done the Go for No challenge with 100 Go for No. Like, obviously there's 100 squares on the Go for No, and I wanted to do a Go for No challenge, which nobody's participated in. No big deal. But I thought that would be something fun, interactive. But anyhow, she had said the same thing, like, let's shoot for 100 no's. Like, let's go for it. And she had a couple coaches kind of come back to her and say, one person immediately in the group commented saying, like, no, I absolutely will not reach out to 100 people, blah, blah, blah. And then the other person was like, posted something else really kind of sort of negative, and she was just sort of shot down. And, you know, she said it really bothered me because I felt like maybe I'm being pushy, or maybe I went about it the wrong way, or whatever it is. And it just totally killed her fire. And I have a similar personality, I think, to her, because I feel that way too. When I send a message, when I talk to my coaches, I'm like, yes, let's do this. Like, you know, let's go for it. And it's dependent on your goals. But I think sometimes it's hard for us uplines or coaches to coach our team when everybody's different. So you guys all have different goals. So some of you are like, I'm not doing that. And that's okay. That's where you are. And we're not all going to be the same. But I think sometimes it makes it hard to coach our team when we can't individualize it for every single person. And we're just running, or we're just on, you know, some of it, there's different points in our businesses where we're on fire. Right now, I'm not on fire at all. And that's okay, because in a couple of weeks, hopefully I'm back at it or whatever, because stuff's going to come up, and your business, I think, is still there no matter what. It's not going to go away. But it just made me think, you know, I was like, it's hard to, I'm a coach, and I have certain goals, and I have certain, like, just motives and energy and things that I do. And therefore, like, so not that I think everybody should do it that way, but when we get excited about it, I think sometimes it just can turn people off, because we all have different goals. And sometimes it's hard for us to, like I said, coach you guys in a way that is specific for you, especially if we don't know what your goal is. And so, I don't know, I just thought that was interesting. And that's what I told her. I said, you know, you're going to get that. You're going to get some of that sort of feeling, I think, from some coaches, because that's not where they are, and that's okay. So embrace where they are, and like they say, meet them where they are. So if you guys are feeling like, I guess if you guys are feeling like I'm not meeting you where you are, then please let's chat. Or if you're feeling like, you know, whatever it is, I just think it's important that you talk to your coach with whatever it is, wherever you are in your business. And if there's something you feel like you're falling short with, or you're not getting enough here or there, or whatever, it's important to know. So anyways, I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was interesting, because we're all different and we all have different goals. And then I think sometimes that could intimidate someone. You know, they're like, oh my word, I could never invite 100 people, because that's just not me. I could never do that. But we know if you're not getting feedback, like right now, I'm getting a lot of people messaging me in my inbox because of how I've been posting and what I've been dealing with. So my inbox right now has like 15 messages, and they're like 90% related to what I've been posting, has nothing to do with fitness. Because I haven't been reaching out about fitness, and I haven't been doing fitness. So that's just, I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to say that, because I think that, like, for me right now, I'm not probably going to hit Success Club if I don't get my butt in gear. And if you're not seeing a result in your business, we all know, one tip of advice, or one thing that will make your business go, is if you're not inviting people, if you're not talking to people, talk to more people. I think that's the bottom line, as far as if we're not getting feedback from people. That's simply the answer usually, if you're not getting like what you're wanting out of your business. Hi, Ellie. Okay, so Jess, do you want to say a couple things really quick? I just don't know if this is a good time, and I know that you, like, sometimes your time's limited with, you know, like your evenings. So if you want to just say a couple things, like you sent a couple invites, you're trying to get kind of back in your business, as far as like, just, I don't know, whatever you want to say to just give us a little tidbit that might be helpful for someone.
Okay, sure. I'm going to do my best, because they were just playing in their rooms so nicely, and now they just came out. And Silas, okay, what did mommy just say about that? You need to go play. Okay, so I've kind of been like Tabitha, but I don't have the excuse that she has. I had been really good about sending messages every day and inviting every single day. And actually, I did that for a really long time, and it was just I was really struggling because I wasn't getting any yeses or anything. But it's a really hard time. We've talked about how it's kind of a really tough time now for network marketing in general. Everybody's posting, you know, anything to sell, jewelry, makeup, this shake or this wellness drink or pill or whatever. And I just want to, number one, before I get into the other thing that I want to talk about, is just be, you chose this company and you chose these products for a reason. And for me, it was because they are just so, like the Shakeology, I researched the heck out of it, and they're just so picky about how they farm everything, how they make the shake. They'll throw out bags if it doesn't meet their standards. So for me, that was huge. And I know you guys all have your reasons. But as we are sharing our lifestyle, just remember that we are always leaving tidbits for people. So when you're sharing, please don't walk for the first time while I'm on this call. Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to walk, you guys. He took a step and then he fell. So just remember that when you're sharing your healthy lifestyle, because we eat our food, right? Yes, we love our shake. And yes, that's a huge part of it. Doesn't have to be an entire meal if we don't want it to be. So just remember that when we're sharing our lifestyle about how we're eating clean and how we're making time for our workouts, can you please give the dog a French fry or something? And yes, I fed my kids Dairy Queen tonight. That we're showing them that and they're seeing that. So whether we're getting a lot of feedback or whether we're getting a lot of no's or not right nows, we're still sharing that every day. That's why it's so important to post. And even I've been getting bad about that. But just to be consistent with your posts and share your lifestyle. Because even if they're saying no now, they're still seeing that, oh man, she's been doing this for 2 years. She hasn't put that weight back on and it's been 2 years. Or man, she put a few pounds back on and shared about it and then she got back on and she lost it again. Whatever it is, you know, we're sharing that in our posts every day, or, you know, every so often when we're sharing about fitness or wellness. So just keep that in mind when you're feeling frustrated. Believe in this company and believe in the product because of the reasons that you started doing it. My reasons may not be your reasons. And just know that we are offering something that can really help people, and that is the whole package. You know, we're offering them learning how to eat clean and eat the right amounts and eat the right types of foods. We're offering them a great supplement that's going to help fill in the gaps, and we're offering them fitness programs. And there is something for everyone. So just keep in mind that when you're feeling frustrated, okay, sorry, my husband tried to call me and he's probably going to try to call me again. So I apologize. Just remember that that's part of our job, is to share, and just keep doing that. Even when you're feeling frustrated and like you're getting nowhere, just keep sharing. Because, you know, like I did all of those messages and reached out and I got nowhere. And then guess what happened at the beginning of this month? Somebody reached out to me because I had been talking to them a couple of months ago, and I got them involved with Beachbody On Demand. And she actually originally said she didn't want to try the shakes because she had a great vegan shake she liked, and she's tried Shakeology now. And she's trying it for a month and seeing how she likes it. So you just never know, you know, when that's going to come help you, and in turn you're helping somebody else with their health and fitness. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. And then the second thing was, yes, I kind of fell off the wagon with that. And it was not, hey, Ellie, can you put him on the ground, please? Elliot Joy, on the ground. Sorry, guys. So I would even walk away, but my phone's like dead. So, and I'm plugged in. So another thing is, my train of thought is, okay, so I wasn't reaching out. It was so silly, like, and it's going to make your heads itch when I tell you this, but we had a possible lice exposure at the house. Like, somebody came over, and when they were over, they said they might have it, they don't know. And you guys that know me know that I freaked out. And so basically what got me off track, hold on one second. Elliot, I don't want to tell you again. I'm on a call talking to a lot of people, and you need to stop. So I'm going to go lock myself in my room. So I got totally off track in biting, and I've kind of been off track in biting. No. So I've really been making an effort to do at least 1 or 2 invites a day. And a really easy way to get a couple invites out is to make a fitness post and then to look at, yeah, and then to look at, you know, who is encouraging you by liking and commenting on that post. And that's how I got a couple invites out today. So just to kind of tell you how I do that, because for me, the wording was really overwhelming. And Lindsay Gray, a friend of ours, helped me with the wording when we were all in that group together a couple months ago. So basically, I just reach out and say, you know, hey, thank you so much for liking or whatever, for the comment, for your encouragement on the fitness post I made the other day. You know, sometimes those posts are really hard to make, and so I really just appreciate your support. And just kind of leave it like that, and then just go right into it. I run these groups every month. I've got a group coming up. I'd love to have you in it. Would you be interested in more information? No pressure at all, but these groups are just a great way for us to encourage and uplift each other every day. And, you know, if you'd like more information, I'd love to share with you. But really, I just wanted to reach out and say thanks for your support. I hope you're having a great day. Boom, done, send. Like, that's what I did twice today. And now those were easy invites, and it kind of takes the pressure off of like breaking the ice, because you're saying to them, thank you. Like, you have a reason to reach out and say thank you. And I know Tabitha does this not even with fitness posts, but with like other posts, whether it was like a family picture that she posted and people liked and commented on it. Those are great ways to start conversations with people and to like form people too, is to reach out from even a regular, please don't throw him again. She's being so rough with him. So that's a good way to just reach out and say to people like, oh, thank you so much for your sweet, you know, comment on our family picture. How have you guys been doing? What's new with you guys? And it just opens up the door to start new conversations. And like I've said, and I always say, if it never leads to fitness, at least you connected with somebody. Like, that's the awesome part about this job, is that we get to connect with people and form friendships that we probably never would have. And you get to like meet people and talk to people that you maybe never would have. So I think that's all I have, mostly because, guys, it's just always chaos here, no matter how well I plan. And Ellie's throwing the baby around, like literally. So be careful, please. Him in that swing. So I think that's all I had. I just wanted to give you guys a couple of ideas, and just to kind of say, like, even if you're discouraged and you have been reaching out, just keep doing what you're doing and keep sharing your lifestyle, because you're reaching somebody. You don't know how many times I even talk to people like out at the store or at church, and they're like, oh my goodness, like, thank you so much for posting that the other day, and they didn't even like it, and you're like, oh, I didn't even see your name on that, or you know what I mean? People are watching you and you're encouraging them even when you don't know it. And excuse me, I'm sorry. And if you've gotten out of the habit of doing your power hour like I have, start somewhere. And for me, those invites are the hard done. I'm getting 2 done or whatever it is, and start it. And if you're feeling like you have nowhere to start, then start with go back to the last fitness post you made and start there, and maybe somewhere to start. And you know, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. So in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, I really need to be doing my personal development. I really need to be doing, you know, whatever it is. We know that talking to people and reaching out to people is going to be the number one thing. So maybe make that like the first thing to just get done, and go on from there. And then, okay, I'm sorry, I did think of the one more thing that I wanted to talk about. So I shared a video. Tabitha, did you get to watch that video on our team page?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so it's really short. It's really short.
I'll watch it.
And basically, it's talking about scheduling your time. even share it, send it to you about how he schedules his day. And he's like, I schedule my day. He's an entrepreneur. I'm not quite sure what, I think he might even be like a motivational speaker or something. He's like, I schedule my days to the half hour throughout the day. And immediately I was like, I don't even want to finish watching this video because that's overwhelming and I don't want to do that. Then you could like see his schedule on his like whatever it was. And from like 6 to 10 at night, it said free time. And I was like, oh, like it was immediately like, well, okay, if you're working through the day, but you have all that your free time. So he said, yes, during the day when I need to work, I schedule out what I need to do when I need to do it. So it would be getting up from 6 to 6 or from 6 to 7 is personal development and workout. And then from, 7 to 8 is forming 3 new people and inviting 3 new people, whatever it might be. So just scheduling it out and trying to put it to a timetable. But for me, the big thing was scheduling that free time. Like it's, and you need to schedule it. And he even quit calling it free time and started. And he even started, like time with my kids or time with my today. And it was like what I needed to hear, because I immediately think when I try to organize my day, I'm like, well, no, it's not going to happen. So I'm not even going to try. Because I've just gone for almost a month without Power Hour as structured as I like to. So I need to get back, because we all know it's just like eating healthy and exercising. The more time that goes by, the easier it is to just make excuses and say you'll start tomorrow. So I think that's all I had. Sorry if I'm like rambling, but that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight. And I'm going to try to be better about myself that today, like up in the morning and freak out because I've got to get breakfast and I've got to get the dishwasher unloaded, and now I have to clean up because the kids made a mess. And I just told I'm going to be more structured when I'm not working and I'm home. I'm going to start being more structured about my free time in the morning, and just telling myself, hey, it's okay until lunchtime, until nap time, like be more structured and get them down for a nap at 1. But then don't worry, just enjoy with your kids. And I told myself that today, and it really worked well. Like we went to the library and got a library card. That's something that I've been putting off since we moved here, and it's almost been 2 years. So like I already saw an immediate change today. So that to me anyway. So but for our team, I posted it in our team page. And it's super and it's super short. My husband's trying to call me. So sorry guys.
Thank you, Beth. That was good. That was good. Good point. Good tips for sure. And I agree. Like, I think once you hop back in, like, it seems like mentally hard to hop back in. But once you do it, and like she was saying, like she dove in today with her time, and then it's like it gives you the confidence and it makes you feel good because you actually did what you set out to do. You just like set up your day the right way and you implemented what you wanted to get in there. And it's so true. And I do agree, just back on what she was saying about sharing. Like that's one thing I have been doing. I have been trying to at least share about what's going on with me. And I do think it's good, like wherever you are, I said this, I think maybe at our training or maybe last call, but it's like so important to share where you are with whatever it is you're dealing with, I think, because I just think that's how people feel like they know us as coaches, as moms, as whatever we are. Because if we're not letting them in on our life and what's going on, then that's just really part of what it is as coaches that we do. We just share everything, like every part of our life, basically. And when it's the bad stuff that you don't really love to share because you're feeling like a failure, because you're feeling like you're not motivating anybody and you're not doing the things that you like want to do, because either you physically can't or something's gotten your way to where it puts you off, then I still think it's important to share wherever you are. So yeah, Jamie, do you have anything to piggyback off of that?
No, I mean, I think definitely, obviously I was off. I mean, I don't even think I sold a thing in June. I did barely hit Success Club in July. Um, and I mean, I think it happens to everybody, and recognizing that it's like, I mean, I feel like it is like exercise. And I was talking to one of the girls at my class tonight. It's like that with life in general. I think the further you get from your goals, and if you're not constantly reminding yourself of what they are, um, it's easier to fall off. And so with exercise, the whole concept of it, never go more than 3 days without working out, is set that way. And it can be that way with business, with anything that you're doing, because the more distance, the more time you take in between that, it's easier to get out of that habit. And it is hard to start. It's always hard to start back on a workout if you've not done it for a month, because it's like starting all over again. And mentally we're just weaker. And I just actually, I scheduled a post for our challenge group for tomorrow morning, and it talks about, like, you know your brain is your mental strength is a muscle the same way that every other part is. And so when it comes to personal development and those things, when I'm not feeding my brain with the right stuff, podcasts and so on, and I'm not doing the work, and when I don't hit a goal, or I don't, like, if I said I'm going to send out 5 invites and I don't, it's really easy to just, I failed, and to just keep knocking myself down to where I don't want to do it. And so, like, I definitely think that is, it is that way. And also that we're, no matter, like you say, no matter what you're going through, that we're sharing that. But, like, if we're here to share our fitness journey, like, I had to go back to being a challenger. And that was the bottom line. Like, my invites were very few and far between, because when I very, very first started in 2014, I didn't know how to do invites. I didn't know how to do all of those things because I was new. All I knew how to do was to be a challenger and to try to show what I was doing. And that in and of itself is what draws people in. Yes, you do have to ask the question of, do you want to join? But like, Jess said, I went to Kirkenfest this weekend, and I told Tommy when I got home, I said, I was kind of laughing because there were, there were more than 10 people that came up to me and was like, oh my gosh, I see your post. Literally none of them like them. And in fact, every time it got to where they said that, I almost, like, I always was like, oh, and so did you hide me? Like, because they're like, I see you every day working out. And like, there's this guy in this girl couple, and she's like, oh, I see you on there every day. I wake up and I'm like, there she is. She's doing a workout. And I said, and you hid me, didn't you? And she was like, I did it. And I kind of laughed because I thought, okay, you did it. And she is so not into working out. And her husband is definitely not. And he's like, I see it. And I think, thank God I don't have to do that. And I said, and I go, well, you could just like it. And she goes, well, I think about that. She goes, and I guess I probably should, because she goes, I do like it because I feel like, I see you doing that. And I think that's so awesome that you're doing that. And she goes, and I do think to myself, someday I'm going to. And I said, well, now I might be messaging you because your someday may be coming quicker if I start pressuring you. And she started laughing. But it's funny because so many people at Kirkenfest, and they're literally people that I'm like, they never comment, they never like. And I'm like, I didn't, because you don't even know who sees your stuff, because you're like, oh, I've got like 5 likes on that. But it is about being a challenger and putting yourself out there, and the consistency. And I think, like Jess said, I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years, 4 years in February. And that's a long time, especially because you and I both know of those people that you see on here. We're talking about the MLMs that are like, oh, here's this, I can say makeup, I can say multiple things, and they're gung, gung, gung. And then the minute that things aren't, it's the longevity. It's like Gary Vaynerchuk said, that there's no patience. We don't have the patience to make it to make it stick, to stick through these things, because I believe in the product. And my checks have been very minimal. I did not sell anything, but the bottom line is I'm still using the products, even when I'm not, selling things, because I believe in them, and I believed in them the day that I started. And so for me to not, for me to walk away, it's going to have to be because they changed the product, because I love the product. And I cannot sell something. I tried doing Mary Kay for a while, and I know that I could use Revlon and I would be fine. Like in my mind, in my heart, I didn't believe in Mary Kay. I love the products and I use them still, but I couldn't sell them because I didn't feel like it was something that I couldn't do without. And if I can't do without it, then how can I sell it? Because I can't live without my Shakeology. I have tried and it does not work. And because I get sick, and because I just know what I need. And so when someone says, oh, well, you sell it because you drink it because you sell it. No, I sell it because I drink it. I mean, it's the discount. That was what it was at the beginning. So I do think that it's just important that we keep in mind that we have to be challengers, and that it is about the seeing. And I know it's uncomfortable, and I'm not even saying sweaty selfies, but I'm saying we have to put ourselves out there so that people can see that we are consistent. And I've had several people that are like, well, I tried doing that. Right. I saw you post your workout once, and then you talked about the product once, and then nobody heard from you for 3 more months. And then again, oh yeah, I'm going to do this again. And so it's the consistency, I feel like. But yeah, and I do agree, with Tabitha on that, because I think her and I are good examples of this. And I think it's hard because like I can't meet Tabitha's needs because I'm not even on the same page. Like we have different goal mindsets on this. And so I feel bad because, like we've kind of had these conversations, but it's like, I do work from home, and my job's always been from home, and she wants, her why is big. Her why is very big, and she wants to be home and be home with her kids. And so, like if you need something from your upline, you need to communicate. And she has, and she obviously, you signed up like what, 4 months after I did?
Yeah, September, I think 14th. So I'm on.
So like not after. So we're technically, on the same level. And so it's different because, my need wasn't necessarily, I didn't get in this to make a bunch of money, and not to bring me home from a job. I got in this because I wanted the discount. Now the money part, like you say, we're all lying if we're saying we're not in this to make the money, because we all we we all want a big paycheck. But if that's the only reason why you're in it, then it's not going to happen. And obviously, I think we all know, if you've seen, Tabitha going through her journey, I think that we're impacting more people than just health and fitness, and I think that that's the important part, is that we are making that difference. I just found, because I'm a quote freak, but I just found one of the quotes that I loved, and it was funny because I was thinking about it from a challenge group part of it, but it talked about, I can get to it because I have like 75,000 quotes on my computer, like I need more. But it was talking about how, like, if you're the reasons that you do things, said, when you realize God's purpose for your life isn't just about you, he will use you in a mighty way. And I think that it's not, it can be said of obviously God's purpose, but it can be said in a lot of things. When we're allowed to be used for the reasons that we're here to do this, it's not about, hammer and chisel or beast week or about all of those things. But like Carla Parody, she did 3-day refresh and she lost 8 pounds. Not just on the refresh, but over the course. But she was just like, you don't realize the way that it changes your life whenever you have confidence in areas, because you no longer are held prisoner by the way we feel about ourselves, but it's because we feel empowered by the things that we've accomplished. And it becomes less about health and fitness and more about our purpose. So I don't know, that's just kind of how I was feeling about it. But anyway, that's it. I don't have anything. Anybody else? Right here.
Hey, I have a question real quick. Super Saturday, I looked up the information. I see that the Chicago one is now up. So I don't know if anybody's planning on going. I'm planning on going, but I'll be coming from my mom's in Peoria because of my class reunion weekend.
Yeah, Carlita's going, and I was planning to go, and I don't know if anybody else is, but I think we were both planning to go. So anybody, I know Jamie talked about it, but anybody else who wants to go, we could like carpool or whatever. I think we were just going to leave like Saturday morning early and come home Saturday too. So it'd be like a long day, but it doesn't start until 9 or 10, I think. So we could make it happen.
9 o'clock. Just make sure you take your extra Energize like we did last time and watch those curbs.
Yeah, really.
Mine will be depending. I mean, that's family weekend, and so a lot of it's going to depend. And I will be like a last minute ad, but coming from northwest of Peoria. I'll be up about an hour and some north of Peoria. So, and we might just be going up on that Saturday, and so it just depends. I mean, I don't know how far. Where is it at exactly?
I don't even know. I didn't even look.
It's at the exact same place it was last time. It's actually a North Lake address. It's about 2 or 3 exits from Des Plaines. No, it's only 1 exit from Des Plaines, near O'Hare Airport.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so look at the directions and see, but yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll have to. I don't know. Whoever wants to go, we can post about it again too, and just see how many people we could get to go. It'd be fun.
Yeah, it's a live shift shop workout. I did see that.
Cool.
You're excited about that?
No, Jamie. For all that know, I'm not a fan of shift shop. Not at all. I'm just finishing up Chisel this week, and I did just Chisel. I've got some Legs of Steel, I think now. And I don't know, but yeah, shift shop was not my favorite at all.
Yeah, I really liked it, but it is definitely hard.
Yeah, I like it too, but I think I'm going to go into 3-week yoga retreat. I think I'm going to just start back real slow. Like, I don't know what my deal is.
I just started, I finished that and I'm starting Hammer and Chisel.
You finished what?
Shift shop.
Oh, I thought you meant 3-week yoga retreat. I'm like, you did? No.
You and Tommy got together. Tommy likes that.
I know Aaron does too. He's wanting to do it. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. But he's doing Beast Week, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do Beast Week right now. But
Beast Week, I'm gonna do it.
I know.
I'm gonna do
it.
I'm in on Beast Week, and I have another challenger that is.
Yay, Beast Week! Woo! Are you a doer or a don'ter?
Then doer.
Then doer. Through the nail.
Oh my gosh, he is so funny.
I know. Thing too. I like recorded it. I was like, they edited it out, but I'm like, potty mouth, Siggy.
I know he is. It's funny. He called because remember he was calling us a little BATCH on the cruise when we were doing our workout. He's like, "Come on, you little," and he kept saying that, and I was like, "Gosh." It was funny, but
well, I wish I could be more like that. Like Christina Delgado, I love following her. She's always like throwing out the F word.
I know.
My people would freak out.
I know. Well, and it's like hard. It's like my grandmas, both of my grandmas, like are my friends, and they're always commenting on everything I post, and it's just like, not that it's a secret. I can say the F word. Like I'm big enough. I can say it, but it's just like I don't know. Just make it part of your brand, you know?
Yeah. And that's her, so.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got to chat.
Yes.
I need a little firecracker under my behind, so I'm gonna work on that.
All right. I'm bad because I need
Me too.
to eat Chips Ahoy.
Oh. Yeah, you better get to bed. I'm gonna go to bed too. Okay, right. Guys, we'll see you later. Good to see you guys.
All right.
Bye. Bye.